Worried AI is stealing your data? Well, you're just half right. The real thieves are tiny software agents, feeding AI exactly what they wanted to know about you. Let's catch them in the act and cut them off. AI isn't just in the tech headlines anymore, it's built into almost everything you use. And while that sounds exciting, it also means your privacy is in the middle of a massive experiment. If you want to stay in control, you need to know which AI setups are safe and which ones are quietly crossing the line. You're watching WizCase, and in the next few minutes, we'll strip AI down to its core so you can spot the real risks without falling for the fear-mongering. Let's just get one thing straight. AI isn't some plotting genius in a dark server room. At its core, it's just math and pre-learned data, churning out answers. LLMs, or AI, as we've come to call it, is just predicting the next word in a sentence. No secret plans for world domination. Well, at least not yet. The real trouble comes from what's around the AI. Those background add-ons called agents. They're the quiet ones, watching what you do, scooping up screenshots, scanning files, and slipping all that into the AI's inbox. Some setups don't use agents at all, and those are fine. Others keep them running nonstop, turning your device into a private life highlight reel for whoever's on the other end. To understand where the danger starts, you need to know what AI is actually made of. First, there's the transformer software, the math engine. Takes your question, runs a ton of calculations, and figures out what to say back. Then there's the model, which is basically the AI's memory. It's a giant frozen data set that was trained on. This can include books, websites, forums, and public posts from social media. So if you've ever posted something online under your real name or a trackable username, there is a chance it's already part of that model's memory. Now, once training's done, that data is locked in. And it can't magically learn new facts unless someone retrains it. It can also forget them. And on their own, these two are harmless. They're just processing whatever you feed them. The problem shows up when you add agents, those background programs we just talked about. They collect your personal data. They just bundle it with your request and feed it to the AI. Finally, you've got the NPU, the neural processing unit. Sounds intense, I know, but it's just a chip that makes the math faster. It's not storing anything or spying on you. It's basically a calculator on steroids. So remember, AI is just software plus a model. It's the agents you add that turn it into a privacy problem. And here's where things go from interesting tech to privacy nightmare. Agents are personal assistants you never hired, and they don't work for you. Take Windows Recall. It quietly takes screenshots of your activity, runs them through AI for analysis, and stores the results for later. Or maybe Apple's media analysis daemon. It scans new files or photos, has the AI evaluate them, then saves that information. Some browser-based AI assistants go further, grabbing full-page content, sometimes even what you type into forms, and shipping it off to a server. The pattern's the same every time. First of all, agent collects the data, AI processes it, and then agent stores or sends it somewhere else. Do it once and you've got a snapshot of a moment. Do it all the time and you've basically got a running diary of someone's virtual life. And if you think this kind of spying is unique to AI, you're in for a surprise. We've seen the same kind of silent tracking buried in apps and devices for years, and here's a full breakdown in this video. When an agent sends data to AI, it's not doing it piece by piece. It's handing over a curated snapshot of your life. Your browsing history, the videos you've binged, the files you've opened, those just curious searches, all bundled up and shipped off in seconds. Now, that snapshot becomes context, and it's what the AI leans on to decide how to respond. Maybe it pushes products and knows you'll click, or nudges you toward a certain opinion, or even tweak a price because it's confident that you're gonna pay. Bias doesn't have to be hardwired during training. It can sneak in right here at the context stage, seconds before you get your answer. When you control the context, you control the answer. And when that context lives on someone else's server, you're giving away more than just your data. You're giving them a backstage pass to influence what you see, what you think, and do next. And context shaping isn't unique to AI. The same tactics are behind price changes and even what flights cost you online. If you've never seen it in action, just check it out here. Now, some AI runs entirely on your device. That's local AI. It processes what you give it and doesn't send anything out unless you tell it to. And if you firewall it or keep it offline, it stays in its box. Then there's cloud AI, the kind that lives on someone else's servers. Your request, and often the context attached to it, is sent out for processing. That's where logging, storage, and service improvement suddenly come into play. Local, open source models are generally safer because you can see exactly what's running and cut off outside connections. Now, don't get me wrong, cloud AI can be safe too if you control the data you feed it. Skip anything personal, avoid giving it your full digital history, and don't assume private in the marketing means private in reality. The key difference is control. With local AI, you hold it. But with cloud AI, you're trusting someone else to handle it and hoping they live up to their privacy promises. Now, if you want AI working for you without turning into a privacy nightmare, here's a checklist. First, know your OS, operating system. If it comes with a baked-in, always-on AI like Apple Intelligence or Windows Copilot or Google Gemini, you can't control what it's collecting. That's a problem. Next, choose systems you can actually replace the OS on. Laptops that run Linux give you a clean slate. On phones, de-Googled Android builds like Graphene OS on a Pixel are a much safer starting point. And whenever possible, run AI locally. Open source models without hidden agents can't phone home unless you let them. And you can firewall them if you're serious about staying offline. If you have to use cloud AI, be picky with what you give it. Skip personal details, avoid sharing anything sensitive, and don't hand over your full virtual history just to get a faster answer. And remember, the AI might already know you from older public content. Cleaning up or locking down old accounts could reduce how much of that history is out there for the next training run, but only if they scrape the old information again, which is unlikely. It won't do anything if the model's trained with data they've already gathered before, so make sure you protect your data as soon as possible. And block agents wherever you can find them. Kill recall on Windows, stop media analysis on macOS and iOS, and shut down any background AI processes you didn't ask for. A good firewall makes this easier. And finally, mask your online activity. A good VPN hides your IP address and encrypts your traffic, making it much harder for AI services or background agents to connect what you're doing back to you. Pair it with a privacy-focused browser and you close two of the biggest data leaks in one move. Follow those steps and you've taken your AI risks from always watching to only what I allow. And if you're serious about hiding your activity from trackers, our video shows how easy it is for bad actors to see what you're doing if you skip encryption. AI surveillance isn't just a tech people problem anymore, and regulators are starting to notice. AI-driven personalized pricing is already getting heat from the Department of Transportation. And there's even a bill on the table called the Stop AI Price Gouging Act. Why? Well, because people hate the idea of an algorithm quietly deciding they should pay more or less, without telling them, of course. The problem is, laws move slowly, and AI moves fast. So right now, your best defense is staying alert. If something feels like it knows too much about you, it probably does. And the more you question how it got that information, the harder it is for anyone to take your data for granted. AI, on its own, isn't the enemy. The real risks come from the agents collecting your data and the context they feed into it. If you control the tech, you control the data. And that means AI runs on your terms, not theirs. Start with these steps we covered, and you'll be way ahead of most people who are still letting their devices run wide open. And if you want to know why built-in safety features can still leak your data, this video shows real-world example of a tool people trust every day and how it quietly exposes users anyway. Remember, feed AI what you choose and keep out the rest.